Good Tuesday morning to you, everybody. What we can expect today is another cloudy day with patches of drizzle racing through the area on and off all day today. But we're going to get up to at least the low 60s for most of us today. So let's jump into the forecast because tonight I am seeing the potential for some strong, possibly some isolated severe storms. Brought to you by me and everybody at Mullinex Funeral Home in Butler and Drexel. Did you know that our managing funeral director is a fourth generation funeral director? The stories that he can tell and the experience that he has for generations can work for your family and benefit you when you need us at Mullinex Funeral Home. Been here for almost 20 years taking care of families around the area, sponsoring the weather today. So, as we get into things on yet another cloudy day, which, by the way, for those that pay attention to that, because I am right with you, sunshine might be back on Thursday, and today's Tuesday, y'all. So, we've got a little bit of a ways to go on that. Here is a live look outside just south of Kansas City, looking south into west central Missouri along 49 corridor there at Peculiar. So let's start with the severe weather outlook, and here it is this morning, giving us a marginal risk. That is a 1 out of 5 severe risk for the day, and we're talking mostly about tonight. So here is what I see developing as we go through the day today. Just be prepared. If you need to stay dry, grab the umbrella. Patches of drizzle, couple little periods of some heavier rainfall out there, but not much. Mainly, we're just going to see some light drizzle as we go through the day. Looks a little bit more concentrated there in the late afternoon hours, especially Kansas City and points to the east-southeast. Nothing to worry about. However, as we get up into this evening, this is what may develop, and this is what brings us that 1 out of 5, again, marginal risk of severe weather this afternoon. Little pockets of possibly some strong and maybe some severe thunderstorms. So these are going to work their way east. They're going to be isolated. So we're not looking for any linear threats today. We're just looking for pockets of strong and maybe severe thunderstorms developing later into the evening. So let me go ahead and kind of back up the time frame again, that at least by this morning's data, we think this may happen. Here is about 7 p.m. May start to see something by then, but I think as we go forward, here's 8 p.m., I'm looking at 9 o'clock that I start to see these thunderstorms pop up. And with this morning's data, these could be east of Harrisonville. So we're talking about eastern Cass County, headed over towards Warrensburg and possibly Concordia areas as well this afternoon and evening. So we have a little period to watch there as we work towards midnight. Could be still some rumbles of thunder around 1, 2 a.m. and then everything should start to work its way out of here. So anyway, that is far from the end of the story as we talk about rain. Here I am up to 8 a.m. for your Wednesday morning. So expect a very rainy Wednesday morning south of Kansas City, both sides of state line. Here I am between 7 and 8 a.m. We have embedded thunderstorms. We have pockets of heavier rainfall, and that should be the story of your Wednesday morning. Could be noisy there on Wednesday morning as well. So then we get a little bit of a break Wednesday afternoon, and then I want to hop over here and talk about the rest of our rain chances going through the week. So basically, it's just all of the time. So like I said, we get that little break Wednesday, but Thursday, again, let's take a look at Thursday during the day. I do see scattered showers, but here we start to move Thursday night over into Friday. I think this will be our next big period of rainfall. I mean, at least there's drizzle all the time, but here's the next significant part of rainfall. This is Thursday over into Friday, and I'm bringing this up because I think this will bring us some heavy rain, pushing west to east overnight, Thursday into Friday. But this is also going to make a big difference in what happens on Friday afternoon and evening when we have been talking about some potentially severe weather. So we're going to keep an eye on this Thursday overnight into Friday. So if we have an MCS, a mesoscale convective system, develop through the area west to east, lingering into Friday morning, that could stabilize the atmosphere, and we may not be dealing with anything more than just some rain and some small thunderstorms on Friday afternoon and evening. But if that does not develop, or if we get a break in there and we can realize any daytime heating, then we really need to keep paying attention to Friday. So it's just things to know about and watch for right now. So let's go ahead and show you how the rain just sort of falls in waves and talk about what more is out there. For all of this, we don't start to worry about some possible flooding until late in the forecast period, but our low-lying areas are definitely going to be concerned with that. At least it's not all at once, so I hope it's not too bad. But several waves of rain find their way through between now and Saturday, and we may see an additional 1 inch of rain up in the Kansas City area, around 1.5 inches in east and southeast Kansas, 1.5 inches the same over in west central Missouri. So again, maybe that Friday system is all rain, and it does work its way east southeast. So we're talking about south central Missouri, possibly between now and say Saturday, being over the 2.5-inch mark. So that probably won't change a lot. I'm looking for these numbers to stay consistent. Whether we have severe weather or not is going to be the thing to watch. So again, keeping an eye on Friday. That is our day. Now we have an elevated risk of severe weather from what we had yesterday, covering east central Kansas and west central Missouri, given the likelihood that we probably will have some daytime heating bringing that instability along. So let's go back and look just for everybody that let's reduce anxiety. So we have the marginal risk today. Looking at tomorrow, I wonder if this won't change. Storm Prediction Center might update this today, maybe put us in a marginal risk given some of those thunderstorms in the morning. We need to look at what may happen with those. But as of right now, just a general thunderstorm risk for your Wednesday. Thursday, we're out in central and southern Kansas talking about that slight risk, but our area split between the marginal and the general risk. So for right now, all eyes remain on Friday being the day for severe weather. So here we go temperature-wise today. We're going to climb up out of cool and dreary, and it's going to be warm and dreary. So looking for highs about the mid-50s to low 60s today. Cooling down tonight, not near so bad, almost 50 degrees. Tomorrow not looking quite so warm. We get up to maybe the mid-50s for most of the region. So here's your updated 10-day forecast. Like I say, we're going to be around 60 today. These are Butler, Missouri. Temperatures a little bit cooler for tomorrow. Couple days of 70 degrees rolling in. So with that system Friday night into Saturday, cold front will spark that off. So we will drop down to about 60 degrees for Saturday, 70 on Sunday, 80s next week almost. So a little bit all over the place, but gradually warmer with some shower and thunderstorm chances being significant as we work our way through the forecast period. So that's what I got for you this morning. Have a great Tuesday. I will be keeping an eye on things developing this afternoon and evening for sure. You can lock it in here with me on Facebook or YouTube. Hope you're having a great day. Catch you later.